In this video, we're going to perform multi-unit US conversions. So these are multi-units because we are going to be given a single unit that we want to turn into two different units, the sum of two units, or we're going to be given the sum of two units that we want to write as a single unit. So let's start with the first one. Write 26 inches in feet and inches. So I have that 1 foot equals 12 inches. I'm just going to draw a little diagram here. So say this is 26 inches. Okay. So let's see how many feet are in this. So we know that every 12 inches is a foot. So this would be 12 inches. Then we'd have 24 inches. My diagram is not drawn to scale. And then there'd be 2 more inches between 24 and 26. This would be 1 foot, and this would also be a foot. So we can see that this is 2 feet and 2 inches. Okay? So how can we get this without drawing the picture? Well, notice that we're starting with inches. We want to convert into feet, but just the largest number of whole feet that we can get, and the remainder, the 2 inches, we're going to keep as inches. So this is basically the idea that we did when we found division and used remainders, or also similar to when we wrote a number as a mixed number, but instead of writing our fractional part, we're going to write it as a remainder instead. So let's write this symbolically. We have 26 inches. Let's just start off by changing it into feet, okay, as if that's the only thing we're going to do. And instead of writing both the conversion equations, here's a little trick. You can look at your conversion. I want inches to cancel, so I'm going to put that on the bottom. I want feet to remain. I'm going to put that on top. Okay. So notice I get 26 over 12 feet. Okay. So this is basically dividing 26 by 12, and that's exactly what we did in this diagram. We found how many 12s were in 26 and how many were left over. So now, let's divide the 26 by 12. And notice that it goes in 2 whole times, and this decimal right here, that's the portion of a foot that the remainder is. So we're just going to keep the 2. So this equals 2 feet. And now let's see what the remainder is. So 2 feet, let's write this over here in a different color. 2 feet equals 2 times 12 inches, which is 24 inches. So that means the difference is 26 minus 4. Or we could do this all in the calculator. It went in 2 whole times, which is 24. Subtract 24 from 26. And we have our 2 inches left over. So this is 2 feet, 2 inches. Let's look at the next one. We want to write 5 pounds, 6 ounces in ounces. Okay. Well, 6 ounces is already in ounces, and when we say 5 pounds, 6 ounces, we really mean 5 pounds plus 6 ounces. So this means 5 pounds plus 6 ounces. We just don't write the plus in our everyday language. So basically, we can change the pounds to ounces and then add on the 6 ounces. So 5 pounds, let's change this to ounces. Here's our conversion equation. I'm going to put the pounds on the bottom so it cancels, and the ounces on top. I'm going to cancel the pounds. Looks like my units check, and I get 40 ounces. So now I'll just replace 5 pounds with the equivalent 40 ounces. 40 ounces plus 6 ounces is 46 ounces. Okay. So in this one, we went from 2 units to a single unit. Let's look at the next one. Write 30 months in months and years. Okay. This is more similar to the first one. We're given 1 unit, months, and then we're asked to write it in months and years. We want to find how many whole years are in 30 months, and then whatever remaining months are left over, we're not going to write it as a fraction, we're going to write it in terms of months as a remainder like we did with the inches. So let's start with 30 months. I'm going to use MS for months. And I'm going to use this conversion. So I'm going to put months on the bottom. I think we use MO for months. Let's change that to MO or MOS. That's okay. We'll just use MO. Months on the bottom, 12 months, and year on the top. Okay. Noticing my months will cancel. Now multiplying across, I have 30 over 12 years. Okay. Well, let's see how many times 12 goes into 30. If you can do this in your head, this is fine. So again, this is just like writing this as a mixed number, except we do something different with the remainder. So if we divide 30 by 12, that goes in 2.5 times. So we're focused on the 2 times, so that's 2 years. Now 2 years would be 2 times 12, or 24 months. We want to subtract that away from the 30, and 30 minus 24 is 6. So half a year is 6 months. So 2 years, 6 months. We definitely use MOS, now I remember. Okay. One last problem, and here again we have 2 different units, minutes and seconds, and we're going to change to a single unit of seconds. So we have 1 minute plus 20 seconds. Okay. We want to change this to seconds, so I'm going to convert minutes to seconds, and since it's just 1 minute, I can just replace it with 60 seconds. So 60 seconds plus 20 seconds. 60 plus 20 is 80, and we have 80 seconds.